What's good? What's good? What's good, sports world? Welcome to Late Night Sports. I'm your host, Muki Hawkins, on the ones and twos, the original Rude Boy Article Guangaran, DJ Ross Wada, who is Superman today. If you didn't catch that, sound check, he was just blazing up the airwaves with nothing but that hot fire. And of course, I have no other than Justus, the general fan base who produces in the building.
Yes, sir.
And we got a lot of things to talk about too today. We got a lot of things to talk about. We got WNBA to talk about. The ladies had their draft. We got play-in implications. I know everybody was going crazy. My blood pressure went up a few levels last night messing around with my Lakers.
You see what just happened?
And I left Premier Cigar. Shout out to Premier Cigar, by the way. I left, and Zach LaVine was going to the line, and they had a 2-point lead. So I was figuring that he would go to the line and make 2 free throws. Don't tell me just yet. But, yeah, we got play-in is in the place. And we had been talking about all Chicago Bulls was the 10th seed. They knock off the 9th seed, but since Atlanta beat Miami, there is no more playing game. So you have your 7th and you have your 8th seed. You have Atlanta is the 7th seed, and now you have the Chicago Bulls as the 8th seed. So the playoffs in the Eastern Conference are set. All right. Zach LaVine led the Chicago Bulls with 39 points, 6 boards, and 3 dimes. Fred VanVleet, 26 points, 12 boards, 8 dimes wasn't enough. We all know Toronto just had those two just guys that's gonna just kill you. And DeMar DeRozan contributed 23 points and 7 boards. Vujovic, that's how you spell it? Okay, I'm not from Czechoslovakia, so he had a double-double with 14 and 13. All right, so we got that matchup is set in the Eastern Conference. But the Wild West, we can say the same thing about the Lakers last night. They were down by 18 points just about themselves. And, made the comeback in the fourth quarter and almost tricked it off again with AD fouling a 3-point shooter with 0.1 seconds on the clock. Like, AD, what is you doing? AD just almost turned into OD. And they forced overtime with that. But, the Lakers took care of business in overtime. But, man, they didn't even have to come to that, But the Lakers show some resiliency. The Lakers show that, they belong in the playoffs. And, I get my hats off to my squad because everybody had written the Lakers off right before the All-Star game. Oh, they're not going to make the playoffs. The Lakers are horrible. Trade LeBron, trade AD, just tear it all down. Start all over. But here it is. The Lakers did some excellent moves in the All-Star during the trade situation. And basically, the Lakers are a new team. I don't know what their record is since, with these trades been in place. But obviously, it has to be pretty damn good for them to make the playoffs right now. And again, like you mentioned, Lakers could easily be a scary team because they match up with Memphis.
Yeah.
They match up with Memphis. So we're going to see, what that holds. But, we do have one more game. You have the Pelicans and the Thunder. And right now the Pelicans are out on a 21-17 point lead. And, whoever wins this plays Minnesota tomorrow. They turn right around and play Minnesota because Minnesota was an 8th seed and they lost. So they still get an opportunity to play. It's not like what happened in the Eastern Conference. An 8th seed knocks off a 7th seed. So that kind of like just killed the player right there.
What was it? An 8 seed knocked off a 9
seed? 7 seed.
7 seeds is automatically in, I thought.
No. It's 7 plays 8, 9 plays 10.
Oh, you're right.
So
you're right. Yeah. Okay,
8 knocked off a 7 seed, so they took the 7th spot. So whoever won between Chicago and Toronto took the 8th spot. So we all know who's playing in that 8th spot. So the playoffs is set in the Eastern Conference tonight. Whoever wins plays in Minnesota. So this is, they got to play in twice. The 9th and the 10th seed in this regard. So, and I'm a happy the Mafia House? I mean, he couldn't have been nowhere else but at the facility. You know, where else could Denzel Washington be at, right? But say I'm in Buffalo, there's the Mafia House. So he's already grown accustomed to where he needs to go to, you know, when he leaves the facility. Head straight to the Mafia House, right? So that's what I'm talking about. My guy was here in Buffalo. And, you know, I was real ecstatic to know that not only did the Bills meet with him at the combine, they brought his butt in for a visit. So, you know, I'm just hoping they just don't get my hopes up too high and then draft a tight end later on in the draft instead of getting, you know, the best tight end that's suitable for your scheme right now. You know, like go get the tight end, go get the linebacker. I'm thinking tight end and linebacker are basically the top two on the Bills board. They're on my board. You know, it just, you know, everybody keeps saying offensive line, wide receiver, running back. I guess all this stuff is wishful thinking, right? But it just makes sense when you look at the Bills' depth chart. They only got 2 tight ends on the roster. So that's letting you know they're going to draft a tight end. We just don't know who.
Yeah, and when.
And when, right. Yeah. So they have not replaced Tremaine Edmonds. Not to say that, you know, Tyrell Dodson can't do the job, but they haven't replaced him in free agency. Yeah. So you know they're going to grab a linebacker in the draft.
Absolutely.
We don't know when they're going to take him. So I say right now, those are our top 2 guys. Now, it could be a best player available that slides, but who could that be? Who could that be at 27? I don't think Bijan Robinson is going to slide to the Bills at 27. I doubt that.
See, the only thing is it's not just best player available, especially when you consider the Buffalo Bills. It has to be best player available at the value you know, that we're expecting from them in terms of, you know, positional value, because we don't need but so much. You know, there's no point in going and you know, if I'm being completely honest, even if Bijan Robinson did slide, there's no point in going to get him now. We got a full running back room.
Right. But you still need another one. You still need
starter. Yeah, that's the
All right, let's get Josh Allen some bigger targets, some bigger weapons. You look at Cincinnati. How tall is Jamar Chase?
Can't be more than 6 feet, 6'1",
Chase?
something like that. I don't think so.
Chase about 6'2". How tall is T. Higgins?
I know he tall.
Right. That's all I'm saying, man. We need some taller targets for our tall quarterback. Okay, can we just bless Josh Allen one time with a taller target? You know, some taller targets.
Jamar Chase
is 6 feet.
But he out there moving the way it don't matter. He's a dog.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a talent.
He is crazy. He's definitely special. He is special.
Shout out to you, big bro. I see you. You know what I mean? I see you online. I know your birthday is Friday, but I'm gonna give you a birthday shout out right now. Happy birthday to my big bro, big toe miner. Watching, you know what I mean? I love you, bro. We'll catch up Friday. We'll drink about it. But
T. Higgins 6'4".
T is 6'4", right? So you got that balance. Get Josh a taller weapon. I like Darnell Washington. All right, get Josh a taller target. First thing that he said when he first saw O.J. Howard, he's a big guy. You should have seen how his face and his eyes lit up when he was describing O.J. Howard.
Josh?
Yeah. So I wonder what his reaction would be when he finally sees Darnell Washington. I don't know if he was here yesterday to see it, but I just want to see what his reaction would be if we draft Darnell Washington. His reaction on seeing that guy.
No, Darnell Washington on tape doesn't look like a real person. He looked like a Madden player, like something you create.
He's a freak. He's a blocking freak. Yeah. I didn't know tight end. That was just a blocking freak. We're not talking about him. Just receiving tight end, and he's going crazy. If he was a receiving tight end, he'd be a top 10 pick.
He was like a slightly thinner tackle.
Right, but he called himself the sixth lineman. Now, what other tight ends that calls themselves the sixth lineman? I
don't know, but he got some
Frankie, what's up?
He got some hands on him, so I don't know why he called himself that.
Yeah, if you see the picture he took next to me, his hands is like twice, man. He's like my hands. Take both of my hands together, and that's Darnell Washington's one hand.
He got some pretty impressive grabs on his tape.
That's all we need in the red zone. We can get 20 or 20, no problem. But the Bills struggle inside the red zone. So you need a red zone threat. Yeah. You need a target. 6'7", 6'8" that loves the block.
That's perfect on the red zone.
That's perfect for the red zone.
Especially
people keep thinking, oh, we need a lineman. Oh, we need a receiver. What is that scrawny receiver going to do inside the red zone but get jammed up and get ridden out of bounds?
That's 8.
I'm just saying. How many times have we isolated inside the red zone one-on-one last year? And I'm going to wait for that. How many times? I hear crickets.
I will also
How many times we isolated Stephon Diggs one-on-one inside the red? How many times we isolated Gabe Davis inside the red one-on-one?
With better play calling, that works, though.
We know that. But, Dorsey didn't have that in him.
Yeah.
They didn't have it in him to create the one-on-one mismatches. Now, with this tight end, it's going to occupy your safety because that safety can't cheat over and help when Stephon Diggs is one-on-one or Gabe Davis one-on-one.
It don't matter. It ain't a linebacker, a safety, or a corner in the league that's going to defend a 6'8" dude jumping in the air trying to get the ball. Like, there's nothing you can do with that.
That's a strong reason why we need to go ahead and get Darnell Washington. Sean Robinson, what's up, my guy? Wanky, what's up, Big Duke? I see you. And that's all I'm saying. That's just my argument. I'm going to be saying this argument all the way up until Thursday, April 29th. So I'm going to see what the Bills is going to do. It's going to be Thursday.
You think he drafted first round?
We're going to see. I mean, yeah. When you look at who needed tight end, the Cowboys, they are forgot because if Bijan Robinson is on the board, Dallas is taking him without heartbeat. They need a running back. We know Dallas need a running back. And we know they need a tight end, too.
The only thing is he is, on a lot of people's board, he's not even like a top 2 or top 3 tight end. So, theoretically, you would see Kincaid or Maher or, one of those guys go before him, which would theoretically let him, drop to us maybe in the second round.
People crazy. To me, that's smoke screen. Because I ain't about to be racist or anything like that. But if a white tight end, if Kincaid, those guys was a blocking machine and ran a 4.6 40 and was 6'7", he'll be number one. He won't be 3. He'll be number one.
Yeah, them numbers are crazy.
He'll be number one.
Those numbers
so
are
I don't understand. I'm taking that guy because in the NFL, tight ends have to block first. Unless you're going to make him a hybrid guy that's going to be your big slot. You have to teach them how to play in line. With Darnell Washington, we don't have to teach him to do that. We just got to polish his receiver skills up.
Yeah.
So you don't think him being around a Stephon Diggs is going to polish his route running and everything else that going on with that? Again, I'm trying to tell you, this guy can go anywhere between a Mercedes Lewis and a Robert Gronkowski. I'm telling you that right now. If the Bills don't get him, you'll see, probably not this year, but year 2, year 3, you're going to start seeing that guy be one of the top tight ends mentioned in the NFL. Just because his game is going to get better, because he's going to know how to, release well. He's going to know how to find himself open in spots and zones and things like that. Then he's going to be a mismatch problem when it comes to a one-on-one situation.
That's what I was thinking of. He was like a thicker and a bigger Kyle Pitts. That's I was thinking of somebody in my head. That's what it is.
So why are we even playing around with this? You don't need a receiver. You need a tight end. Go get a tight end. All right, so now you got Quinn Morris, you got Dawson Knox, you got Darnell Washington. All right, worst case, if you get a poor man's Darnell Washington, go get Zach Kuntz from Old Dominion later in the rounds if you don't get him. But Schoonmaker from Michigan, I don't want to hear that from Schoonmaker. He's more of a receiving tight end. He's not a blocker. Doesn't have anybody to me that's 250 pounds. It's not a blocking tight end in the NFL to me. It's just not.
It's pretty big though.
It's just not. You have to learn how to block in the NFL. Dawson Knox, 255.
Is he really?
Yeah. How long did he? What you think? He 240?
I thought it was 240. He was small.
He was 255. He was 251 coming out of college, running them 4 5s. But he had to learn. You got to learn how to block grown men in the league. You just can't just my line up and I'm a block and all that. That don't work like that. Gronkowski was the best that ever did it because guess what? He was 6'7", 270. Who has that? Who has those measurables? Who has those measurables? Makes you wonder a little bit, right? So Darnell Washington. All right, let's go get that guy. And I'm going to keep saying it to him, blue in the face. I'm going to be upset if they don't get him. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to mention it on draft day, wherever it is. If they trade back into day 2 or whatever it is, I'm going to mention that. So, with that being said, let's take a quick time out. Phone lines are open. Make sure you hit us up, 716-837-1112. You know what to do. Keep it locked and legendary. You're tuned into the WUFO 1080 AM on Power 96.5. We'll be right back.
No wish. Damn. I just assumed Dawson Knox was smaller. He plays smaller. He certainly plays smaller.
He can't block.
He's not physical at all, though, right?
He's a hybrid. That's just what Michael Mayer, or whatever his name is from Notre Dame. That's just what Kincaid is.
They say Michael Mayer, his actual comp from a lot of people is Robert Gronkowski. Which is funny.
He's not. Robert Gronkowski was a freak athlete. I watched Gronkowski grow up. So my thing is this:
supporting the relocation and expansion of the child advocacy.
How does he get the Gronkowski trade when he don't have the measurables of a Gronkowski?
Center at Best-South is a new state-of-the-art facility, offers a safe and welcoming environment.
The skill set is out. Gronkowski made his bones blocking. Gronkowski made his bones blocking. That's my thing about that. We got to start changing this narrative on how we today. how we place these athletes in these counts.
I just had the wildest dream.
That'd be my thing. We got to be more accurate with these counts.
Yeah.
And I just don't see how a freak of an athlete at tight end is behind Kincaid and Mayer.
Ain't no tight end making it in Belichick's system without being able to block.
Right. But any tight end, you have to be able to block. You have to, in the NFL, you have to be able to block in the NFL. That's all I'm saying.
Mike Gesicki is a dog. And
Straight dog.
the Dolphins trying to get rid of him because he can't block. He's a dog.
He's a dog. He's a straight dog. I ain't taking nothing away from Mike Gesicki. They got rid of him. He's in New England now.
Gosh, that's right.
He's in New England.
That's right.
He's in New England.
He basically just the third wide receiver for him.
But in his scheme, you're about to start seeing a lot of teams in 12 personnel. You know what I mean? And that's just quite obvious. Because they still got what? Hunter Henry still on the dash. You know what I mean? They still. Oh, we back. We back. I'm a Deo. Deo. Get money. I'll get money. I'm taking it way back. You know what I mean? Don't look any further. Don't look any further around here. But you gonna get money. Yeah, we do need to get some money around here. We need to get money like Darnell Washington type money. All right, how about that? Can we get Darnell Washington money? Is it a possibility? All right, that's all I want to know. Is it a possibility? Can we get some Darnell Washington money around here? How about that? I'm all in on the Darnell Washington Express, but I still have to break down. These mock drafts on where teams can actually take a tight end. Now he's from Vegas, right? Las Vegas Raiders need a tight end, so that scares me. If we,
Why do you need a tight end? What's on with Darren Waller?
They traded him.
Am I tripping?
You're tripping. Yeah, you got to go back. You got to recline a little bit.
Oh, what?
You're off a couple of weeks there, my friend. Waller was traded to the Giants. Right. And their backup tight end was diagnosed with cancer. So they have 0 tight ends. Foster Moreau, right? So they have no tight end. So that's what's really frightened me about the Vegas Raiders. You know, could they bring home their local product in Darnell Washington? Was it a reason why they traded Waller? Or maybe they have a Mayer or a Kincaid. They need a more hybrid guy. But keep in mind, who was the coach there? Who's the coach in Las Vegas?
Oh, yeah, that New England boy.
That New England guy, right? Yeah, we all know what he's looking for. He's looking for a tight end that could block.
Yep.
So that scares me, you know, with the Bills selection. If they want to tinker on moving back, because the Raiders pick early in the second round as well. I'm not sure where they pick, but that let me know where the Bills have to be careful on how they move back. And all my mock drafts, you know, I either got the Bills making a trade with Indy with pick 35 or Tennessee at pick 41. I think those areas are where the Bills will move back at. You can move back as early as 35 or as late as 41. Do you know where the Raiders pick in the second round? Did you pull that up?
I'll go pull it up.
So that frightens me to know where the Raiders are, because if the Raiders don't get a tight end with the first pick, and we know they ain't gonna get a tight end with that first pick, they easily can go get him in the second round, and I'm gonna be pretty upset if, you know, we move back with him in mind and then the Raiders snatch him up.
Raiders at 38.
Ooh, Raiders at 38, so they gotta go 35. Talk to Indy, who's going to need another pick pretty soon. It all depends. Now, if Indy doesn't get a quarterback, right?
Got the Rams at 36 and the Seahawks at 37.
Now, let's just say Indy doesn't get a quarterback with pick number 4, right? They could be easily looking to trade back into the first round and go get a quarterback, you know, so that's why I say Bills can move into place at pick 35 right there. Jump in front of the Raiders, but you still accumulate an extra, third round pick for early fourth round pick, somewhere in between there. and you slide back. And you'll be able to still get your guy and still have an extra draft pick. So it's pretty interesting. I know a lot of people are saying the Bills need to trade up. Trade up. We only got 6 picks. Who we trading up to get? And we're gonna have to get the house too.
Yeah.
To move up.
You gotta get a house to sign. And you gotta hope that there's a premiums out.
You better hope that guy is there. And who would be that guy that the Bills need at this point to move up?
There's nobody the Bills explicitly need that's not in the top 5, or top 10 rather, because it's mostly quarterbacks. But only players that the Bills will be like, I need that guy, are the players that's in the top 10, and everybody needs those guys.
Right. But we don't really need those guys in the top 10. We don't need a quarterback. I mean, okay, you got the tackle from Northwestern, maybe.
Skorowski or something.
Yeah, but the Bills are not going to get him because they are investing in Spencer Brown. I know a lot of Bills fans don't want to hear that right now. They are invested in Spencer Brown. He's under contract. He's been a 2-year starter for them. What makes you think that you're just going to give up on Spencer Brown right now?
You got to give up on him. Give him some competition.
Okay, we'll give him some competition, but we don't got to draft the guy in the first round, because if you draft a guy in the first round, that's just saying he's basically eventually he's going to start.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm hoping for. All right, I'm gonna stop crapping on Spencer, but he needs to play significantly better.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate on my guy Spencer. They threw him in the lineup with a bad back. They threw him out there early, with a bad back. And it takes a while to come off an injury, no matter what injury it is. It's just like, with Von Miller and his knee injury, Tre'Davious White his injury. It takes a full year, especially with a back. So that's going to take some time for him to get back healthy, all the way healthy. Now he has a complete offseason. He has OTAs and all that stuff to really focus on his craft, hone into his skills, refine his technique. All right, he's going to have another year under Coach Cromer, which is key. And you got Questenberry to back him up if he's not playing well. You still can go get you a swing tackle somewhere in the later round. If you want to look at it at the depth chart, lineman for the Bills is overflowing. They don't have any more room left to add another guy in. I mean, you look at all the shopping they went in free agency was up front.
Yeah. And that's really one of my problems with the Bills is they do the same thing in both sides of the trenches. They go get a bunch of average to slightly below to slightly above average players, and then they'd be like, hey, go make something happen. Yeah. And, instead of getting premium talent that can make other guys better, they just get a bunch of kind of duct tape pieces and throw them together. And I'm not mad at Spencer Brown, but on the tape, a lot of his plays are just simply him either not getting off the ball fast enough. The snap count. Like, know when the ball is being snapped. You should be able to get off the ball faster. And not only that, he got manhandled a little bit too much for me. Guys just tossing them around.
Got a bad back. Guy has a bad back. Got a bad back.
I get all that, but getting tossed around is crazy.
Yeah, you get a bad back. They make you lose all this crazy weight as well. And all that stuff matters. You know what I mean? So we just have to wait and see now. If Spencer Brown just comes in week 2 to week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, just getting manhandled, then guess what? It's time to bring in, make a trade or go get you a guy. But to say that Bills need to go all in on a bookend tackle in the first round.
Well, we don't need to. But if we did go get a starting right tackle, are you going to say, no, let's not get that guy because Spencer Brown's going to hold us down?
Yeah.
You would say that?
Yeah.
Oh. I wasn't expecting that answer.
I'm going to give him another shot. You got to look. I mean, at the end of the day, the Bills won 14 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
They won 14 games. They won 14 games. I could say if he was that bad and they lost and they only won 6. You know what I mean? So you can't.
No, but by that logic though, you don't really need anything. Which is fair. We don't need anything. My only thing is if you could get a guy who could potentially be a Pro Bowl, All-Pro type talent for you and a pillar of your offensive line going forward, I'm not giving that up because I think Spencer Brown deserves another chance. Like, do I think Spencer Brown deserves another chance? Sure. But if I had the opportunity to go get a guy who theoretically should be able to shore up that position, I want to go get him.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Tyrod Taylor thing, right? Tyrod Taylor's not the worst quarterback in the world. He gave us more success than we had in the previous 2 decades.
Yeah, it's in the playoffs.
Right. But it was a whole bunch of people saying we need a new quarterback because he's just not going to win us the Super Bowl, which now I understand because we got Josh Allen, thank God. But at the time, I was like, what are y'all talking about? I was mad. I was like, no, let's keep him. He's given us more success. But ultimately, he wasn't good enough to take us to the Super Bowl, right? So we did need to upgrade. And, I'm not saying that about Spencer Brown. I'm just saying theoretically, it's, the same situation where one guy maybe not good enough.
Well, guess who can help Spencer Brown?
A good guard?
No. A good tight end. A good tight end can help Spencer Brown. So if you go put a 6'8" tight end next to your 6'8" right tackle, who's going to have a man? That's a major problem over there on that right side now.
I hope we do draft him. I want to see your face.
You go get him another guy that's going to have a problem. If he doesn't make the block, damn it, that tight end will. He's going to help you out.
Yeah.
Right? Go get him a running mate. Go get him a tight end that loves to block. Maybe it'd be more contagious to have 2 6'8" guys over there on the right side just mowing the lawn.
Wall. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I ain't mad at the thought of that.
All I'm saying. The 6 lineman. We keep forgetting about the 6 lineman, not Bobby Hart.
Right. Definitely not Bobby Hart.
68 is reporting eligible.
Done with that.
I'm over that. Love you, Bobby. But it's a dead giveaway. Teams know you're not going to go out for no pass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So go get you a tight end that poses the threat, that loves the block, that's going to be an asset to you inside the red zone. You know what I mean? Instead of, letting defenses know how predictable we are based on the formation. And, you know what I mean? We come out in.
And that you get a lot more versatility if you have a guy like Darnell Washington in the red zone, because if he's blocking all the way down the field and on the 2-yard line, he's blocking you were thinking he's blocking until he pulls you down and now he's in the end zone wide open.
Oh, man, flex him out 1-on-1. Now go trips to the left. Isolate Darnell Washington 1-on-1 with his safety.
Throw him up one.
So if you double him 1-on-1, now you got Diggs running around. Wow. I mean, come on, man. Cause the mismatch problems. This is what I'm saying. If you go trips to the left and Darnell Washington singled up by himself, that's a mismatch. You put him on a linebacker 1-on-1, you put him on a safety 1-on-1. I'm going to take Darnell Washington to win that 9 times out of 10 on isolation. We can't do that with Steph Diggs because he's going to draw a safety over there. We can't do that with Gabe Davis. We haven't done it with Gabe Davis.
I don't even think I've seen a fade to Gabe
Davis. So, bringing the tight end into the mix definitely forces Dorsey to be more creative with the personnel and the weapons that he has. And let's not forget Dawson Knox. Let's not forget about that combination. It's besides if you go empty, which the Bills do all the damn time. With 2 tight ends and 3 wide receivers.
They sure do.
So you have a luxury of putting something together that's definitely going to be a problem for defenses. And let's not forget Josh Allen can run. All right. Even though, Coach McDermott and Brandon Beane wants him to,
stop
doing it. Okay. We'll give him a reason to stop doing it. Yeah. If y'all don't want him to keep running the ball, give him a reason to stop doing it. Tell your offensive coordinator to tell Josh to hand the damn ball off.
I think Sean saying that was kind of like, a message to Ken when he was like, yo, relax.
Well, I'm going to ask that question then. We should have been said that. He said it to Dable. So why you ain't say it to Ken? You want to say it in the offseason, subliminally telling Subliminally, I'm quite sure behind closed doors they already had this discussion.
Yeah, right.
But I'm gonna ask that question. I get up on coach. I'm like, yo, so with you saying you want Josh to, I guess cut back on the running. So does that mean you're gonna tell Ken Dorsey to install more run plays? Because that's the only way I see it happening. Let the run set up the pass a little bit. We know Josh is an elite guy now. We know that. But teams are playing cover 2 shell with 7 men back. So you have to run the football. You have to do play action to free things up. Get them out of that. We got to stop playing checkers. We're playing checkers right now.
Literally.
We're playing checkers with a Super Bowl team.
Literally.
That's what we're doing. We're playing checkers with a Super Bowl team. And that's why they're not getting to the Super Bowl, because we're playing checkers. We're not playing chess.
We're playing chess with we're playing checkers with chess pieces. Is weird.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Yeah. However you want to nickname that thing, right?
It's so weird.
That's where I'm at with that.
They be like, here's a vanilla offense, here's a vanilla defense. Go win the game.
I'm just saying, you got to go and just destroy the opposition. Destroy the competition. Man. If you want to be a Super Bowl contending team, you go out and you mollywop everybody. It should be nobody close to you. Detroit should not give us dog fights to the end. Cleveland, we should not be losing to Cleveland. We should not be losing to Chicago. All right, at all. I'm like traumatized by the season, even though they won 14 games.
We don't got no business losing to nobody in the NFC North.
Look, they would have been undefeated, really, when you just really look at the games they lost. It's just really kind of hard to say, like, damn, they could have been undefeated if only they just would have did this. If only they would have did that.
No business losing to the Jets or the Dolphins. Definitely shouldn't have lost that Vikings game.
At all. Right?
Yeah.
At all.
Should have literally been undefeated.
So, we're playing checkers with chess pieces, like you mentioned. Playing checkers with chess pieces. So, that's where I'm at. That's why I say go get the freakish tight end that I'm comparing to Gronkowski. I'm not comparing him to Mercedes Lewis. I'm comparing him to Robert Gronkowski right now. I know they want to get that comp to Michael Mayer. They try to get that comp to Cole Kmet too, right?
Oh, yeah.
They try to get that same comp to him, right? He's not doing no Gronkowski type stuff.
At all.
I don't see Gronkowski was a mauler blocking. I don't see Mayer doing that in the Notre Dame uniform. I don't see Kincaid, doing that in Utah, even though Kincaid is more physical than Mayer in my eyes. But, there's some injury concerns with Kincaid too. He had a bad block playing, in the bowl game, right? So you're saying he's over, Darnell. Now, Darnell did have some foot and ankle injuries as well, but at the end of the day, I'm taking the blocking tight end. I could teach him to run routes later. I'm taking a guy that's physical. Coach McDermott talked about being out physical 3 years in a row. Well, go get you some guys that love to be physical. Don't go get you guys that you have to make physical or, put that in them or develop them to be physical. Yeah. Go get guys who has a physicality trait about them. That's my thing about that. Go and get guys that love being physical. Football is an aggressive sport. So I don't understand really what that means at the end of the day, saying that you was out physical. You got to get these guys physical. You should be playing a physical. You should have a physical approach.
Right. Know how to use the players that you acquire. Like So Darnell Washington reminds me of a lot of Josh Allen in the sense of Maher or Kincaid, right? They might be a power drill, right? Power drill, simple. You know what it is. You know what it does. You press the button and it works on its own. You can do a lot of different things with it. Darnell Washington or Josh Allen are like a complete set of drill tools and whatever the case may be. It's not there. It's not simple for you to just use it at you. You know what I mean? But if you know how to put them up together, if you know how to put that together, way more valuable than just a power drill. You know what I mean? So if you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna value the pieces that go into the set, know how to use it, know how to put it together, and you get way more value out of it. So
that's all I'm saying. Learn how to get more value out of the picks that you do have, and don't let them walk.
oh, God, don't let them walk.
Tremaine Edmonds. I'm still feeling the same kind of way about that. Shout out to my boy Dan Freddie who's tuned in. Viva Los Bills. Pancho's Army. We got the golf tournament coming up June 19th. Make sure you don't want to miss that. The next class of Pancho's Army. I think I'm gonna be.
You are. They got your jacket. Shout out to my boy Anthony.
I'm gonna be a part of that. So I have to, figure some things out. I have to grab my jacket and bing. I have to get on a plane to LA real quick because we got some good afflictions there. But I gotta, make sure that I'm on deck for that. But yeah, our guy came and visited. I mean, and I'm just really excited about him just being mentioned in the breath of the Bills. I know the Bills, kind of like where they are right now because nobody's really connecting Darnell Washington with the Bills at all. Again, running back, linebacker, safety, lineman, right receiver. You're not really seeing these mock drafts say the Bills need a tight end because of Dawson Knox, right? Yeah. So you don't see it's really not a need, but it is a need because Ken Dorsey's scheme relies on 12 personnel. All right, it relies on that 12 personnel. Even if if you go 11 personnel, right? Would you put Dawson Knox at the slot?
Stop having him in the backfield as the fullback.
But that's why you bring in
Darnell Washington can do that.
Because he did that at Georgia, right? Go get you a turnkey guy that fits your scheme that's going to know this scheme verbatim, right? That's all I'm saying. I mean,
now you essentially got a tackle standing next to Josh Allen to protect him. You know what I
mean? Yeah, exactly. You get you another dog that loves to block. All right. I mean, that's just all I'm saying. And the Bills Mafia is going to love that guy if we draft him because we got a little Georgia connection going on. We pull from out of Georgia now. We got James Cook. Who's a dog from Georgia. We took Jake Fromm.
Yep, sure did.
You know what I mean? So we pull from Georgia now, and I like to pull from Georgia because they're winners. You're bringing that winning philosophy in that locker room. You're bringing guys that just want to win into that locker room. You're not bringing guys that don't know what that's like, don't have that winning mentality. Yeah. I want guys with a winning mentality that's been winning in college, coming into a winning locker room, so it stays contagious. So that's what we should be bringing in. That's all they know is winning championships. And man, I go get a whole bunch of BCS players.
I mean, take a look at the rosters from Alabama and Georgia, places like that, full of high school champions. You're not going to Alabama if you're not the best player in your state. Like,
you're not a 4 or 5-star. Forget about it. I don't think Alabama has a 3-star on their roster at all.
I highly doubt it.
They got walk-ons that's still. 3 stars are walk-on.
Yeah,
let me just put it to you that
exactly.
Hey, I'm a 3-star walk-on. 3-star walk-on, like you really? But
you got to have some type of winning pedigree in order to even go to even sniff Alabama.
Right now we already broke down this wide receiver debacle. We talked about the linemen a little bit. We talked about running backs. What about a cornerback? Is there a possibility that the Bills can take another corner? Because you can never not have enough corners.
Currently, well, it depends where. Like, if what was his name? Trice? Who we got? I did. Like looking at his resume, he was a pretty good pick. That was a pretty good pick. So like, down there in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, something like that, I'm not mad at it. Especially if you get like a really good player that could come in and contribute. No, I'm not mad at that.
Is it a possibility that the Bills take another safety?
I would hope so, actually. Just because we don't know what's going on with Benford yet. We don't know if he's going to transition. Taylor Rapp is here, so clearly they're looking for some type of succession plan. And I mean, Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde, for all intents and purposes, is basically, the same football age. They're both going to be done in a few years, so you got to be looking at a succession plan for both of them. So, why not go draft a guy like Jordan Battle out of Alabama?
It's going to be pretty interesting. Make sure you tune in Sunday. It's going to be crazy. I think we got to bring in my guy, Jerk, the Black Mel Kiper. We got to bring the Black Mel Kiper in to break some of this stuff in. I think it's time to have him on here. Listen, my mock 2.0 is going to be out Friday. All right, make sure you check us out. It's going to be out my 2.0 mock, and then I'm going to put my final mock up Wednesday, the 27th, right before that draft. All right. So with that being said, on behalf of Justice the General, Ross Muwada, I'm Mookie Hawkins. Stay safe, choose love, not hate, and wash them damn hands, man.
Get ready for Celebrity Spotlight on the legendary Mixed Kenny WUFO Power 96.5 FM. A look behind the scenes with some of the biggest names in the world of entertainment. Athletes, coaches, actors, producers, engineers.
Go get Darnell Washington. We got a lot of people just joining in on saying just George Bush the Bud. This thing going nuts right now. Bills Mafia, who are we talking about? We talking Darnell Washington. Will we take in at pick 27, or do we slide back, or do we move on? I'm about to go overtime bonus minutes right now. Who are we? What are we doing? I need to know. I need to see comments. We can try out DJ Fluker. We definitely can try out DJ Fluker on a free agent role. All right. Let's not forget that Rashawn Evans is still available. Rashawn Evans is still available. If you want to go out and get you a middle linebacker, Rashawn Evans is still available. I know they love Jack Campbell. I know they love Drew Sanders. I know they love Trenton Simpson. They spoke with Noah Sewell. And then what's your favorite guy?
Oh, Deion Henley.
Deion Henley. They love these 5 linebackers the Bills love. So guess what? If you love any one of those 5, they're still going to be available anywhere between the 2nd and 3rd round.
And there are a lot of edges available.
Don't need no more edges.
No.
Don't need no more edges right now. We got Shaq back. My boy Ty Crane is back.
Definitely need more edges. We definitely need more talent at the edge position. Look, I love Shaq. All right. AJ Epinesa, sure, give him another shot, I guess. Boogie Basham, sure, give him another shot, I guess.
I sold you, Richard. I'm glad I sold you on Washington. I'm just saying, guys, Bills Mafia, if you go back and watch any preseason games, right? Watch Bills preseason last year, right? And then tell me what difference you see. You see a difference in the scheme of things because there's no O.J. Howard out there. You didn't see the Bills run, what they ran in training camp and preseason. You didn't see them run that in the regular season. You didn't see that. So that's why I say go get Darnell Washington because he's the big target in the red zone. Again, the Bills can move up and down the field with anybody. They can get 20 to 20. It's just that when we get inside the 20, we stall out. We settle in for field goals or we're going for it, not getting it.
Stupid mistakes.
You know what I mean? We making bonehead mistakes. Like not getting the field goal and going for it on 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2, 4th and 2. Now, if you kick the field goal right there, we win the Minnesota game. It don't come down to what it really all the way came down to. But that's coaching. Coach said, no, we getting the 3 points.
They got an interception. Yeah.
No, we just didn't convert. We didn't convert. Or we probably did throw an interception because Josh was trying to make something happen. You know what I mean? Instead of, coming with a well-executed play for 2 yards, you tell me we couldn't get 2 yards in 3 downs? We had 3 downs to get 2 yards, and we didn't get it. You know what I mean? So get you a tight end that you can run behind. So now if you got 6'8" with 6'8" running behind that, what are we doing? We can't get 2 yards running behind down there Washington and Spencer Brown? And if you want to just put a fullback with that, you don't think that we can get 2 yards with Damian Harris right now? Like, come on, what are we talking about? Go get the tight end, right? Go get that tight end. Go get the blocking tight end, a guy who loves to block. And Bills Mafia, I keep saying that we need some help up front. Well, Darnell Washington is the help up front. He's the 6th lineman. You don't have to worry about number 68 reporting eligible because we'll have number 0 out there. All right? We'll have number 0. I know that, he was talking about my boy Naeem Hines rocking that 0, but if we draft down there in Washington, we all know who's wearing 0. So that's why I'm so high on Darnell Washington. All right? It's not the sexiest of